And we're back where, I have the scary inclination that I probably should have healed my Pokemon before this. Oh well. Here we go. Let's find out what a mistake this was. When you pull out the stake, it crumbled and vanished. That shit's ominous. You wanna know something fucked up? I haven't played enough of this game to know what that's related to, and I really want to Google it. But I don't even know what it was. That was really disappointing. Like, mentally. For me. Just... big old whoops. Okay. And up and glide. And I'm going so far. This is actually pretty fun. Now he's just falling. Because he ran out of air, I guess. Okay, well, that was cool. So yeah, I guess I'm gonna do some more gym battles and talk. On my bullet list, I've now got roommate issues. I don't know if she's still here, not that it should matter. So, yeah. So, as I mentioned before, the roommate has come back, and full-time, Mom now yells at me between her and Dad. Like, I'm not public enemy number 1 anymore, but I definitely should have healed my Pokemon. So much sand! I'm never gonna get it out. What do you think will happen if sand gets into my shoes? It'll live in all the crevices for the rest of time. Ismail. Ismail? He is male. That was a Game Grumps level joke. Sorry. Okay, that was bad. That was real bad. So, between, Dad and the roommate, Mom is yelling at me about it full time because Dad's paychecks over 2 weeks have at least thirded. Two-thirded, to be more precise. Ismail? Maybe I'll just go bury my head in the sand. No, dude, you won't. It will live in your eyes. It will live in your teeth. It's gonna live in your ears. You'll be finding it months later and going, how the fuck did this get here? Oh, right, I'm stupid. I don't recommend. Sand is awful. The reason why I hate the beach, aside from I can't swim and the ocean is terrifying. But so, yeah, so Mom's yelling at me, Dad's paychecks aren't enough, and he needs to go get a second job, but she will not go talk to Dad about that. He's sleeping perfectly soundly next to me. The man ends up working like back-to-back 72 hours at the Arby's, and then ends up coming home exhausted if they don't send him home. He doesn't get sick pay, so they don't pay him when they send him home, of course. But, if he's literally passing out on shift, that's not good. So, fuck. So when they do that, he just gets screwed out of some money. And they haven't done it lately, but after all that go, they're now cutting his hours back to give them to some other people around the store. Or just because they can, cut labor and shit. And he's now making a lot less money, and Mom is very unhappy with this, and is yelling at me about it. When I tell her, I'd be happy to help. My stuff, I'm keeping on top of my stuff, and I need to help you. She goes, she doesn't want me to do that. She wants Dad to step it up. He needs to be responsible for himself. And I'm like, I get that. I really do. But also, you expect him to be making stupid amounts of money and also at home doing full-time jobs around the house. Which is really unfair to him. We never said her logic made sense. It's actually really weird. Just like this guy talking about his weird Pokemon. I was forcing that segue so hard. There was a weird Pokemon! There was a weird Pokemon! Okay, you can keep screaming about it, Renardo. Oh, your name sounds grubby and your Pokemon's all slimy. Is that from years of being single in a lab, dude? That's really gross. He's poisoned, so... I don't know what of these will hurt you, but I hope it's... literally everything. Sorry, I wasn't paying attention because I was scrolling through my tracking page for a package that I have ordered. As I think I said in one of the other episodes, so something that I've been doing because I've never had bras that truly fit me. I saw a weird Pokemon, I swear! I'll tell you more in a bit! When you know, remember what it was? Was it that thing that I fought? Is that the weird one? Snow Mountain, right next to the desert, cause that somehow makes sense. I can try again! Get me! Oh, he came to me! Okay. Oh, right, yeah. Okay, I didn't know what that move did, now I do. Eat poison. So, now that I have my own money and such, every week I use my free spending now to buy myself a new bra. Simply because I really want one. I'm used to having like 2 or 3 that fit and just recycling between those, and now that I'm getting some with like specific uses like sports bras or some fun things for my boyfriend, I'm like, I need to have at least 2 of those special ones and then a few regular ones, that way I can, have them in a rotation and wash them, which thusly in long term increases their durability and how long they last, because I'm not putting the burden on one singular titty holder. And I'm only doing one once a week right now, so I'm just looking at the tracking page wondering when this next one's coming. Is like, the other discouraging factor is the fact that my body is the wrong size. It's poorly designed for clothes. So when I have clothes that fit me, I suddenly am like, I can wear things! I don't have to wear pants that don't fit! Or shirts that are too small! Anyway. But yeah, so Mom yells at me about Dad, and also yells at me about the roommate, because the roommate is never here and pays rent, which, according to her, makes her, like, the greatest roommate ever. And that's not what Mom wants. Especially because when she is here, she doesn't take care of her own stuff. Like, she'll start a whole ass load of laundry, and then just never finish it. So, we end up with her laundry for the next week in the machine, just waiting to be finished. And we're not supposed to touch it, we're just supposed to deal with it. And work around it. Which pisses Mom off. The roommate leaves me her dishes all the time. So instead of doing her dishes, she just leaves them for me to deal with. Which again, as I've told people, multiple people, her lack of doing dishes is not a problem really anymore, because now we have a dishwasher that works. So it doesn't hurt my hands, and I'm not having to put my hands in her funk and like scrub it for her. I still have to like touch them, but it's not as big of a deal. Since I'm not literally scrubbing her shit for her. And also, as I've told the roommate, the dishes that I care about coming from her is like her cup, her plate, her fork. Like, duplicates bother me more in the sink because, like, you should be responsible for doing the dishes that you made for you. So when you have dishes like that, you should go be responsible and pick up after yourself. But if you use a pot, like, there's one saucepan, there's one skillet, there's one soup pot, there's one tiny pot, there's one tiny pan. Like, if there's one of it, it really doesn't matter because usually if you're washing it right after someone's used it, like, it really doesn't matter. There's only one of those. Like, everybody's kind of equally responsible for that. I'm not gonna wait for you to wash a pan so that I can use it. Just, if you need it, just wash it yourself. It really doesn't fucking matter. Plus, also, when you think about it, like, nobody... I know Dad does the bachelor thing on occasion. He boils something and then eats out of that pot to save dishes. Which, yes, 200% I agree with that. But, like, most times, if you make yourself food, most of us don't eat directly out of the pot. So it bothers me a little less to wash someone's cookware, especially because, again, there's only one of them, so it's kind of an as-needed basis. Like, if you need it, just take it. Son of a dung beetle. My problem comes from her... The other day, Mom was texting me angrily because the roommate opened the dishwasher mid-cycle, mind you. Like, it's going, there's water going and everything, and I think so physically. She opened the dishwasher mid-cycle and pulled something out and then didn't admit that she did it. And I think she was a little bit too imbrued with whatever to know what she just did. But it was screaming at her. It was beeping like crazy because it was like, why did you just open this thing? Which is fair because why did you just open the active dishwasher? Do I know of Kofu? I just fought him several episodes ago, dude. Kofu, the Kaskaraka gym leader, is quite strong. Me with my martial arts. Definitely defeat you. My name is Fabio. And I most likely have a mother child. Okay. You have a fighting type Pokemon. I see. You're weak to psychic type moves. That's all that I can think of off the top of my head, so I'm just gonna hit you with some poison. Okay. Are you prepared? You've prepared yourself for poison. Okay. Huh. Thank you. Eat poison, please. Vegan. Sorry, that was a fly. It was a fly in my face. But yeah. I get screamed at on a regular basis about everybody else because Problem Child 1 and 2 are a problem. And you had somebody who talked to them about it and convinced them to do something. I guess now you know how strong I am. Yeah. Right over here. Ooh, that's the hole in the wall. And now it's just a wall with a hole in it, and it won't let me go back in. Love that for me. If you shorten pants, what happens, Short Stack? What happens when you shorten those pants? You shorten pants, do you get a pan? No, you get shorts. I'll kick this kid's butt and then I'll end the episode for real. Okay, it's a weasel. It's a weasel. It's a buoyant weasel. Is that where they got weasel from? Oh my god. I forgot if that's gonna be. Oh my god. You know what's funny? I told myself when I made my schedule for the day that I would be done in 6 minutes from now. For reference, I started this bitch like 3 hours ago. I started recording like 3 hours ago. And I told myself that I would be done in 6 minutes. This is why I told myself I was going to be done in an hour and 6 minutes. Because I'm 1 or 2 episodes away from the end of the session. And I still ain't done. This episode is now 2 minutes over. Because I picked a fight with a child. And I'm kinda stupid. With thinking. Just for thinking. That's the end of that statement. That's fair. Okay. I beat the tiny tot. Now I've got short pants but a long face. And I have a long face because this episode is very much over. So yeah. Subscribe if you guys want to. We don't really care if you do. But if you do, you get to see more content like this. And don't forget to ding dong the bell, you ding dongs. And have a horribly wonderful day.